In a room full of glitter, yarn and glue, there's a wild little whirlwind tearing right through. She's got half-knit scarves and decomposed dreams, a hot glue gun and impossible schemes.
Fabrics flying, buttons ring from the sky. She says I'll finish it later, but we both know that's a lie. She's not here for your order, your schedule, your flow. She's a snarky little scribe that we all call Mo. Side-eye glow, leaving chaos wherever she goes. She's the queen of to be finished, but her magic's never diminished, 'cause Mo's gonna craft till the moon's hanging low. Yeah, sassy and snarky and slightly.
Hey you guys, what's in the kit? What's in the kit? For this video, I thought I would show you where I get all of my crazy cross-stitch kits, enough to fill 2 boxes full of shame. Tell no one, not Mr. Mo. But where do I get my kits? Well, Tapestry Market. And I will put the link in the description. That's where I get all of my shenanigans. They do have a large selection. Now, I tend to stay over here in the stamped cross stitch. I know there are magical people that can count their cross stitch, that can look at, you know, a legend, a map, and not see the picture stamped on the fabric and magic all of that out. That is not this person, okay? I am a semi-to type A dysfunction / chaotic crafting demon. But this is where I get mine. Now, I will tell you firmly that they do get me every time on the buy 4, get 1 free. I usually only order once a quarter or whenever they have new Sailor Moon stuff of a sufficient like 5-ish variety so I can buy them all. So that's kind of where I get this. Now, I have never had a bad kit or them, you know, sending crud or anything like that. I've always had really good experience with them sending out what, you know, I order and it coming in good condition. So this is one of the kits that I have ordered from Tapestry Market. Now, they do also have accessories and things like that, and this kind of going to be a different video, but I have had a lot of questions about where I get my kits. So you're probably wondering, well, okay, so that's where you get the kits, Mo, but how do they go from, you know, the kit to actual this, you know, something done? Well, first you get this. This is basically, it comes in foil. Usually the legend is going to be in front, so you know. I have opened this several times just to check for different things and to make sure I've got all my pieces and parts together for this professionalish. But basically, this is what comes in a kit. First, you're going to get kind of a legend or map that's going to have a replica of the canvas that you're going to get with all of the ink, the color indications, and then a legend on the side. And I'll show you how I kind of prep these when I open a kit and take it from, you know, opening a kit to kind of setup. That's not this video, but we will have that. So you want to keep a hold of this when you get it. You will be foobarred if you don't have it. Now, on the canvas, the legend is usually printed as well, but depending on where you are in your project, especially if you have, say, a scrolling frame that kind of tends to, you know, hide the legend as you work on different parts, it's really going to be imperative that you keep this if you don't memorize, you know, all 47 different colors and symbols for your project. So, you know, as much as we're chaotic demon-y people, try to keep a hold of this. And I'll tell you guys that I struggle, but I do manage to. So your kit's going to come basically looking like this. It is in the crinkliest paper known to humanity ever. Now, with the stamped cross stitch, you do get the canvas. And the kits will indicate how big they are. They do measure in centimeters, although lately Tapestry Market has had the actual American sort of measurements too. So that'll be important to note, especially if you use a frame or different, what kind of frame you have in order to really keep tension on your project. And if you've got a hoop that big, it does kind of behoove you to look at the measurements. Now, I will say that Tapestry Market has, different sizes. I tend to go for bigger because I do have access to different sized frames. As far as this is not the video for frames, but if you are looking for a nice frame, check out Marketplace, check out eBay. There are a lot of, grandparents that maybe crafted, maybe cross stitched or crocheted. And I found really nice frames and different things on Marketplace. So it doesn't have to be a very expensive thing. That being said, so you've got your canvas when you open your kit that is stamped. Now, the one big thing about stamped crochet or stamped crochet, cross stitch, these canvases have water sensitive ink, so you cannot get them wet. I have only ruined one canvas, but it is heartbreaking. It is a pain in the butt, and you really do not want to get these wet. So that really is the one, like, it's like a mugwai. You don't want to get it wet after midnight, that kind of thing. You'll get accessories. So you will want to keep this and guard this with your life. A seam ripper is great if you're a chaotic person who maybe doesn't pay attention or goes a little cross-eyed and puts the wrong color on the wrong symbol. This will be priceless. This is worth your sanity. Tapestry Market always sends usually replacement needles. Find that I like their needles better. They're just slightly duller. If you have to replace and get some at Walmart, I found that their embroidery needles are sharper. So definitely something to keep an eye on if you're, used to a certain kind of needle. That being said, these are not, huge things, but I do. Now, Tapestry Market does package the thread separately. Now, this is an older kit. They used to give out solid cardboard kind of organized threads like this with their kits. They no longer do this. They now come individually on like a single sort of cardboard tag, and you have to organize all of those. And I'll go ahead in another video and show you how to organize all of those. But in theory, now I have never had this happen, but in theory, this is all the thread you need to complete this kit. I've never had that happen. I've always had to run out and go back to Hobby Lobby and buy different or replacement colors. But in theory, all the things that you need to finish this project come within this kit. Now, I will say that I am crinkle wrapper, sorry for the unintentional ASMR. Crinkle be gone. I am very, very adamant usually about not opening up a kit until I'm ready to actually start on it, because I know myself and my house. That being said, that I am not above rating a kit for a color to see if I don't have to go out to Hobby Lobby. But that's essentially what I get in a kit. So it does take time. It does take effort. I hope you enjoy, learning cross stitch from me. We will be doing, crochet and paper mache and all sorts of other shenanigans on the crafting channel. But I did kind of want to show you what I get in a kit, because if you are looking at maybe cross stitch being your inside cat sitting activity, there is a lot to learn. There is, where do I find cool stuff? Tapestry Market has just the biggest selection that I've seen, really. So that is what I have been wanting to tell you guys, and expect more videos. Obviously, these are my first couple doing crafting streams, so they're probably going to end up being hot garbage. But it is what it is. I hope you've enjoyed this daily moment of chaos with Mo. So what's in the kit? The kit has been explained, and I will go and to, in the next video, show you how to, well, get this kit organized. How do we take this kit and caboodle and get it into organization so we can start our, well, I'll go to my work in project, but how do I get this from, the kit to on a frame and working with that, and how do I pick a frame? So those will be the next coming videos. And whether you have a hoop, whether it's a small project or a big project, find a way to enjoy a creative thing today and have fun with yourself. Mistakes, snafus, hiccups, they're all part of crafting and the side hobby of buying crafting supplies. They're all part of that, but just laugh at yourself and keep on cross stitching, y'all. Bye, you guys.